Let's say you have, for example, an old cheese grater Mac Pro and some Avid HDX cards as a perfectly working macOS music production studio setup. But honestly, these days the best you can get for music production are the Apple Silicon Macs. Great, so you finally decided to pull the trigger and get an Apple Mac Studio, MacBook or whatever. But how to connect the Avid HDX cards with its PCI Express connection when there are no PCI Express slots on Apple Silicon Macs? Are the HDX cards even compatible with Apple Silicon, latest macOS and latest Avid Pro Tools? Look no further, sit down, relax, get something good to drink and smoke, because in this video I will show you step by step all you need to know to build a perfect Avid HDX and Apple Mac Studio music production setup. But it's not limited only to Avid HDX. The same way you would be able to connect, for example, Universal Audio PCI Express accelerators. And stick to the end, because later in this video I'll show you something which you will love and want to get immediately, the same way as I did. Okay, let's go! Hi, I'm Teresa from Morgonaut.cloud and I specialize in personal help and one-on-one coaching. So if you would need any help with your Apple Mac, Windows, Linux, servers, music or video production and more, then in just few clicks book a Zoom video meeting with me and a remote session to your computer so I can help you right in front of your eyes. Link is in this video description down below. Many people have been cursing Avid in recent years for its pricing policy and other things. Honestly, me too. But I have to admit, this video would not be possible without help of kind people in Avid, who generously provided me with an HDX card. Oh, and another one. Oh, okay. And another one. So in total 3 HDX cards. Avid Omni interface and Pro Tools Ultimate, so huge shout out to Avid overall. But this video is not sponsored by anyone, no money changed hands. After producing this video for you, I have to return all the gear back to Avid, so don't be jealous, I'm not allowed to keep it, I don't have anything for free. All opinions are my own, my experience. No one has control over what I say. And you know, I can be brutally honest. I will demonstrate it on my base model, Mac Studio M1 Max. Avid HDX, Avid Omni interface, currently latest macOS Sonoma 14.5 and latest Pro Tools 2024.6. To answer the initial question if it's even possible to have a working music production setup with the Avid HDX and Apple Silicon, the answer is obviously yes. And it works insanely well. So, how to connect the Avid HDX with its PCI Express connection to Apple Silicon Macs which don't have any PCI Express slots? I intentionally don't count the ridiculously priced Apple Silicon Mac Pro Tower, because most people have Mac Studios, MacBooks or Mac Minis. Avid itself offers their own Avid Pro Tools HDX Thunderbolt 3 chassis rack and desktop solutions. But problem is, you can't fit their 3 HDX cards at once, so this is not gonna work for me. But thanks God and smart developers, there is one company which offers chassis with 3 PCI Express slots which can accommodate these extra long HDX cards. Surprise! The company is called Sonnet and is absolute leader in the PCI Express Thunderbolt expansion systems. They produce modular Thunderbolt expansion systems for desktop and for rack installations. I recommend getting the Echo III Rackmount module, which has been tested and is qualified by Avid Audio Group for use with Avid Pro Tools HD 2020 software and Avid Pro Tools HDX and HD native systems. That's exactly what I have here. It has 3 PCI Express slots, so you can really fit inside 3 Avid HDX cards at once, to which you can feed power from the onboard PCI Express power connector. So no extra parts or cables necessary. All you need is included when you get the Sonnet Echo III module. By the way, all links where you can buy all the gear I'm talking about in this video, you can find right now in this video description down below. So let's start the installation itself, shall we? Yes! and I will show you as a demonstration on a single card to save some time. Let's go. So obviously, first let's install the card into the enclosure. So again, it's super easy, it's single screw. Let's unscrew it here. Fine. And let's place the card, for example, into the first slot. Perfect. Let's screw it in. Fine. Then we have the included power cable from Sonnet, which goes to the motherboard, and then you have your cables from Avid. So let's just connect the power and power to the HDX itself. Perfect. Here is the Avid HDX in the Sonnet Echo 3 module. What's next? Next we need obviously Thunderbolt 3 cable. So let's connect it to the back. Bang. And the other side will go to any of those Thunderbolt 3 ports on the Mac Studio. And let's connect the power cable. Perfect. And as we all know, the Apple HDX card itself is nothing without the Avid audio interface. So that's why Avid sent me this Avid Omni unit, where you have their super special secret expansion port. So let's connect that too. So, power to the Avid Omni. Bang. And now we need this extremely important cable. I don't know how it's called. Oh my god. I don't know how it's called. That's simply the Avid expansion cable. So let's connect it here to the primary port. Screw it in. And the other end goes to the port number 1 on the Apple HDX itself. Perfect. So let's make it a little bit nicer here on my table. So now we need to install the Avid software, and I will later show you there is a catch. So stick around with me. So let's go to Avid website. Sure, I recommend you to log in. Now let's go to my account section, download center. Let's go to view my products and let's download the Avid Link application. View software and download links. Avid Link 24.5.0 at this moment. Let's download it. And let's install the Avid Link on my computer, on my Mac Studio. Thanks. Now we need to log in to the Avid Link application. So in this case I can see Pro Tools, included apps. Perfect. So let's click on it and let's install that all, shall we? But it's gonna take a while, so stick around with me. Now this is important. We need to allow the first one and open system settings, because we need to grant the permissions to those extensions. So here you can see enable system extensions, verified with your password or fingerprint. And now this is crucial part of the installation. It's not gonna work until we will go into the macOS recovery and reduce the macOS security, because I don't know why, but the Avid's extensions are marked as not perfectly safe for the macOS. But you know, obviously it is, in my opinion, safe to do that, but we need to go to recovery and lower the macOS security settings. So let's shut down the Mac. Okay, now how to enter the macOS recovery on Apple Silicon Macs? It's super easy. Just press and hold the power button, in my case on my Mac Studio. Press and hold it, keep holding it until you will see some response on the screen and you will see some new options which you normally don't see. Here we go. So now you can see your main boot disk and also the options. So click on the options and click on continue. So now it's booting to the recovery partition of the macOS. Fine. Now in the top left corner, Utilities menu and Startup Security Policy. So choose that. Click on Security Policy and that's the point. Instead of full security, we need to change it to the reduced security. Thank you, Avid, I love you. And now we need to enable another option, allow user management of kernel extensions from identified developers. And click on OK. Applying security policy. Perfect. And now we can normally boot back to your macOS. So top left Apple, click on restart and let's go. Bingo. Perfect. So if we will now go to privacy and security and scroll down, now we have new options. System software from developer Avid Technology Incorporated was blocked from loading. So click on the allow button. Again, sign in with your password. And unfortunately we need to do another restart. Let's do that. So click on restart. Now it's rebuilding system extensions cache. Bingo. Hopefully last restart, okay? And we should have everything cleared out. Yes, perfect. Great. So let's open again the Avid link one more time. Here let's click on the included apps and plugins and click on install all. Allow. And of course, based on the amount of plugins you have licensed, it's gonna take a while. So let's wait. Install! Perfect! Finally, after, I don't know, 20 minutes. Let's go. Now we can see some pleasant message on the top right corner. Added link was prevented from modifying apps on your Mac. Let's allow it. Important step. Okay, now it's time to authorize it through iLok. So let's open your iLok license manager. Pleasant error message, right? By the way, this iLok manager was installed through the through the Avid link. Don't do that. Simply open your web browser, go to iLok.com and download their own installer instead of the Pro Tools or Avid linked one. Double click on it, license support, let's install it. Installation successful. Perfect. So let's open iLok manager now. Bingo, now it's working. So don't use the Avid linked one, use the one directly from the iLok website, okay? So top left corner, let's sign in. So now let's activate my Pro Tools Ultimate subscription, blah blah blah. Let's activate it on my cloud, blah blah blah, yes, yes, yes. Successful activation, bingo, yes! So, the moment of truth. Let's open Pro Tools and let's see what it's gonna show us. So, let's search for Pro Tools and let's start it up. here we go. We have playback engine HDX bingo on Mac Studio Apple Silicon One. Perfect. Okay, that's what we want. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's not care about that. Authorize it. Activate. Oh my god. Next. Next. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Successful activation. Yes. Continue. That was pretty quick. Okay, so here we have Pro Tools running. So let's open some of our past projects and see if the HDX on Apple Silicon is working. Bingo, looks like it's playing, but important for us is to see this system usage. Okay, can you see that? HDX card number 1 is there. Perfect. Okay, let's put any plugin here. Let's say on this not muted track. So for example, let's grab, I don't know, tape echo blah 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 blah, and let's switch it to the HDX card. DSP mode has been automatically enabled for one or more tracks. Bingo! Yes! Perfect. So we should see it here and we've got it. DSP shared, so bang. Now this plugin is running on the HDX card on Apple Silicon Mac, connected via Thunderbolt cable to the Sonnet Echo III Enclosure. What the hell? That's what we want. I know. My improvised setup, which I prepared only for you for the demonstration in this video, doesn't look good with everything lying randomly on the table and cables everywhere. You can purchase and use the Sonnet Echo III expansion box as a standalone unit and put it somewhere on your desk, as I showed you so far in this video. But isn't there a better way and more elegant way? Glad you asked. Because in Sonnet they are insanely smart and creative. You can take advantage of their modular Echo III Rackmount system. I have my rack here all the time behind me. There are 2 products you should have a look at. The first one is called Echo III Rackmount. You'll just screw the enclosure to your rack, slide the Echo 3 module, we used the whole video so far into it, and just connect power and Thunderbolt cable. That's it. But there is one even more appealing solution. If you don't plan to use more than 3 PCI Express cards, then the best solution for you would be xMac Studio, which is a perfect fit to a Mac Studio mounted into a rack. Single 3U rack enclosure, where to the left side you will slide in your Mac Studio and to the right side you will slide the Echo 3 module with all of those 3 HDX cards, for example. It's over-engineered like Apple would do. They even developed their own mechanism how to press the power button on the back of the Mac Studio directly from the front bezel. Also, those 4 additional USB 3 ports on the front are very useful. So, final setup would look like this. Isn't it appealing? And if you will later change your mind, you can simply add to your rack additional Echo 3 Rackmount enclosure with 2 another Echo 3 modules. So if I will push it to an extreme, in theory you could connect to your Mac Studio Ultra, which has 6 Thunderbolt ports, in total at least 18 full-length PCI Express cards. And don't forget, you can daisy chain Thunderbolt. So from a single enclosure, you could daisy chain another one. So most probably, you could connect much more cards than just 18. That's absolutely insane, I know. Well, that's Sonnet. Thanks, Sonnet. Thank you. Don't forget, all links where you can buy the gear I recommend you can find right now in this video description down below. If you are into great setups like this and macOS tips and tricks, you should definitely check my video up here. I hope I made your day again at least little better. If so, give my video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below your opinion and what you wanna see. Share this video with your fellow macOS users who might benefit from it too. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.